questionable amounts of chat interaction and questionable content stream. Alright, thank you for being here so early on. Hopefully, you've had a good day so far, and hopefully it's about to get just a little bit better. I usually, here's your disclaimer, would not like to start with the Raptors. But the lobby came up right on time. They're trying a bunch of new settings. Trying to make a more standardized version. And we end up here most of the time anyways, and I get a ton of viewers, so I'm not ruling out the multiplayer later. Gamers Forgiving is this weekend, Saturday night, starting. We're gonna be playing Bar and SC2 and everything else, but thank you for tuning in. Yeah, I just want to make it clear, like, this lobby came up before I found one for multiplayer. And I'm not gonna complain, but I am gonna make excuses. Actually, honestly, one of the hardest parts of this game is finding a lobby for multiplayer. Is there a nutty scab? I believe there actually is. Guys, I'm feeling very popular. There's not... You guys figure out the math. Really struggling at it, aren't we? 4 per side. That's not 4. Like, come on. I beg of you. Oh my god. To spend more time doing basic math out here. Move the fuck over. I always feel so cramped. And I look over and I have like an entire county. And I'm over here jammed in, trying not to blow up my teammates that I know are a liability. Am I being unfair? Yes. Is it born out of experience? Also, yes. Should you like and subscribe? I don't know. But, where are we? What the fuck?
So it begins.
What a disaster piece. Having to do lobby sim management. It was Brenda. She'll be here in half an hour or so. The Queens. Make sure I'm building these up. So apparently we've adjusted it again. Like, the balance updates for this mode, we've had more balance updates for this mode than SC2 has gotten in the last 5 years. The T3 tech decks are gone. Alright, short-lived. too many bugs, too many errors, and kind of trivialized a lot of things. So these super builders are gone. If you were watching last night where we kind of crushed all 20, gone. Now, apparently there's a T3 construction turret, though, creating another interesting implication. Did I... Oh, shit. So we're gonna see how that goes. Is this wave survival? Indeed. Well, and then there's one Omega wave at the end. We're gonna reclaim these. Any farming? Not yet. I think we're gonna bump this back. Gonna hope it doesn't crash. Usually doesn't. May or may not have been casting and adjusting settings. I do wish you could have like different setting profiles. For whether you're like spectating. I know. Get some of that T2. That is an interesting choice there. Trying to split the build power without, oh yeah, we gotta drag the converters down. And then when I get over like 50 metal a second, we can afford a 5th construction turret. The balance between using the build power and getting more resources. Precarious. Alright. Once we finish these up, I'm gonna fill in this block. The idea is these construction turrets cover the whole area. I'm just gonna pop these down. As long as my metal's staying over 1,000. Oh, there it is. More build power for the connoisseur. 2,100 build power for 3,500 metal. Versus 600 build power for 840. Okay, so it's not as efficient. Wait, what is the size? Huh. So it's more space efficient, but it isn't more metal efficient. 3,500 though. That makes me think about bad decisions. Why would you put it like that? Just put the timer. 50%. Right? What a weird way to put it. I guess that's a decent form of measurement, but like, it's like you're halfway there. Yeah, it's not the simplest game to get into. It's one of those, just keep banging your head against the wall, and if you get a concussion or you get a harder head first will determine how much longer you play. If that sounded dumb, maybe I've banged my head against the wall too many times. Make sure repeat is on. Gonna use the assist drones momentarily. The 3-minute mark is when we gotta start thinking about finalizing the setup. Just gonna eyeball a wall. Can you make a template and hit paste? Technically, yes. Practically... It's about the order in which you build things.
Gameplay, it makes me almost feel like I am capable of human emotion.
Thank you.
Laughing, crying emoji.
We got super chats. Did you? So fun fact, the reason we didn't have super chats before on YouTube is because I forgot to click the check mark. There's a confirmation check mark that I thought I did, and I'm like, I guess nobody wants to super chat. Nope. That was not why. Smart. Professional gamer. So thank you very much. Even though I also don't see it on YouTube. Oh, you saw it through there. Gotta refresh. Mm-hmm. Getting some flak. Gonna reclaim. This looks suspicious. Bringing this one home. Is it because I have Fog of War on, so... Wait, why can I see... I have Fog of War settings kind of messed up right now. Makes it look like there is no Fog of War. Interesting. I don't really mind. But there is the thing. That's why it's relevant. Don't get run over.
New subscriber detected.
Render shall fall.
Oh, there it is. That's the one. This is why we usually get flak back here as well. He's not gonna make it, is he? I make that every game in a row. There's this one dude over here. Oh. Very risky to move the commander out at this stage, but there is definitely... There's something over there. Can you fire over that wall? Feels like it should be able to fire over that wall. But it cannot. Yep. Really need to up the fog of war opacity. I still don't know why. I'm gonna have to mess with that. I think only pulsars can, actually.
Overflowing metal. How generous.
Yeah, aren't I nice? Gonna get some pulsars. God damn. It's gonna be another one of those games. Where's my... I need anti-baneling. That's what the Junos are for. Pulsars are a decent stopgap. Need more flak for the air. Also gonna get some flak over here. Alright, Commander, you can move up again. What have I done? Well, now it's just all done. Still don't know what I did. Line of sight. Oh, it might be the team colored, that's why. Not sure.
Your dedication will be rewarded.
Thank you. I'm gonna get... Yeah, we're gonna get outer shields here. Oh yeah, should think about those T3 construction turrets momentarily. I really need to figure this out though. It's messing with me too. That's just the edge of it. We're okay for now. See how those T3 build turrets work in a moment. There are so many. I'm gonna have shields over my eco. Because what could go wrong without them? It's a bug. It resets after the lobby. Fair enough. Are you telling me this completely free volunteer-made game has bugs in it? No, they're lizards. Or space chickens. Whatever they are. Yeah. So much air. But I have multiple flak emplacements. I don't think so. I think people are using the T3 builders. Speaking of, my turn. Oh wow, look at that radius. Sick. Let's get a couple 3,500 build power, right? Wait, no. 2,100 build power, 3,500 cost. Wait, they're indistinguishable from the base turret. And speaking of the base, wait, can I move them all with the... It's unclear. Speaking of the base turret, though, let's move it up. So this should have added 4,200 build power. Look at that fusion build. There are so many. So much black, and it's not enough. I need those converters too. Commander gets upgraded at 22 minutes if we're still on the same rules for that. That's when we're gonna go even harder here. That's when I can start building the stuff out of the box as well. Maybe I should have a tier 3 build turret up front. There's so many. Commander upgraded. Alright. I don't think I can afford these. Wait, what? Epic Advanced Construction. I thought we got rid of those. Are there both? I don't even know if I want them, to be honest. I'm gonna get an epic pulsar. Make sure that I have the defensive walls. I'm gonna need anti-nuke momentarily.
Friendly commander destroyed.
That's a weird timing for that. Oh shit.
Stealthy.
Not yet. Fuck. Literally the second I was trying to set up a construction turret wall. One minute.
Stealthy units in your area.
Mm-hmm. Put this cover to the edge. Yep. Don't talk to me or my sons ever again. This pulsar here. We're gonna use the super. I'll build the big ones. It has 9,000 build power. Huh. Okay. Get some anti-nuke near the front. I'm pretty sure, yeah, the commander can build some as well. Gonna get a single basilica. We're working on the turret walls as well. This is not a good sign. That should not be happening. Legion. There's so many. My God. So much air.
Stealthy units in your area.
And they're still going, like... They have shields and... quota. So many of them.
New units received.
Hmm.
New units received. Stealthy units in your area.
What was that? Oh, it's just the look of the, stuff right there.
Overflowing metal. How generous. Nuclear launch detected.
At least the hotkeys are consistent. Appreciate it. Fuck.
Stealthy units in your area.
Are you kidding me? I don't even know how many queens this is.
Stealthy units
We'll
in
see.
area. Friendly commander destroyed. Nuclear launch detected.
One right through the center. Let's get these out of the way, they're useless. Shouldn't be too much damage.
Nuclear launch detected.
Double quarantine.
Stealthy units. Nuclear launch detected.
Okay, we're just gonna assume that keeps happening.
Nuclear launch detected.
It's just gonna keep getting worse.
WNTR,
Thank you. I just don't want to do it. I didn't have quota. That's fine. Are you fucking kidding me up here? The sheer amount of air.
Stealthy units in your area.
That satellite go? Somebody else had a satellite up there, but Plenty of space. No more complaining. Thank you. I don't think I can afford all that yet. This is the main one. Hey! Problem is when you accidentally queue, gotta hit shift at the right time.
Overflowing metal. How generous.
How much HP do these have? 8,800 compared to 2,200? So the wall, it's still about a wall up. Okay, I'm gonna test by building. I don't know if they have an explosion radius, so I'm just gonna test and build up. Gonna self D. I'm just gonna leave those there. Okay, you can self D.
Stealthy units in the area.
Good to know. Definitely overdoing it here, but feeling a bit lonely. Free spirit. Auto grouping. I don't know how many you can have, but
Stealthy units in your area.
I should eat some of the build power. They will build. Interesting. Converting further.
Stealthy units in your area. Your commander's taking terrible damage.
You're fine. I forget if epic pulsars can fire through. Gonna find out though. God, they bounce so fast. Oh, it's gonna be the number.
Stealthy units.
The behemoth's struggling to get out. Let's finish these up. I think I can get one more. So the Armada Commander builds turrets at max rank. And when turrets rank up, which they usually do by doing damage, they get faster reload speed. So the turrets made by the commander have 50% more effective DPS. Wait, what? Where's the rat? Where's my rat? Decoy. Advanced construction aid. Wait, what? Let's build one of the decoy commanders then. Let's give that a shot. $9,000 build power, what? How many can you have? Two. What, we have all the tier 3 build power here? Wow. That's crazy. Tier 3, tier 3. Like, okay, fuck it. No. Help me, step commander! Not again. Oh no, I'm stuck. I physically cannot get out. Commander! Help! Help! Oh my god. I should have known better than this. Let's just put him up here. I'm excited. How many queens? I don't even know. I mean, I wouldn't change. Only 8? Look at these casuals. There's so much build power. Unlimited. Well, not unlimited, but pretty cool. It feels like it. Interesting. Now we have 3 sources of tier 3 build power. How many basilicas? 7. Hit time. Where queen? I didn't get any attention. Let's see. He made lanes for the behemoths. That actually works pretty well. Mass Tyrannus and patrolling bombers above the super fusions. Not risky at all. Let's get some, where are my Legion aircons? They are hard to find because they don't show up on the idle worker bar because I have too many things. Where is she? I don't know if there were any adjustments to the long-range plasma cannons. $7,888 DPS on the commander-constructed basilicas, which is more DPS than the Olympus with less space and more range. Yeah, range is 2376, range is 1900. Wait, why is... Oh, does range get increased with veterancy? Hmm. 3 more in the midst. They're all badly bruised. Which is kind of a good thing because of how resistance works. They're firing at the satellite. They actually brought it down with their anti-air. Okay, brain. There goes one set. And more! Oh! 3 queens incredibly damaged. But wait. Those fusions are still intact. Gonna get 100 dragons and a couple 100 blizzards. Even if she goes down. Those fusions are exposed over there. I didn't get any personal attention. Maybe she'll... Yeah, nice. This one's so badly... Like, she's at like 3%, but... Are those epic Tyrannus? That's a bold move. Ooh. Oh, there goes the neighborhood, and then the Tyrannus going down. Yeah, maybe it's my turn. Alright. How many behemoth? 55. There's 55. How exciting. How did I get EMP'd? Anytime they're ready. We'll get the hailstorms as well. 100 of those. Throw them in there. Gotta get the Soul Invictus a little more spread out because they have a tendency, they explode. Any Juggernaut style unit explodes when it dies, so. We don't want them to jimmy jammed in. Let's get some of the... No, not that. The epic. Where's my epic arquebus? On that second page? Second page stuff. Bullshit. Does not spark joy. Try not to die in my front yard, so... When do I get the personal attention I deserve? Soon. She coming. I am desperately... Here's the challenge. Challenge mode. Click one of these constructor icons. Jesus. Oh my. So do the decoys build high rank stuff? We're gonna put... Where the meatball? There we go. Put all weapons. Didn't die. Another round! There's another one right there, too. Resistant to Epic Dragon. We've still got the Epic Lich if I need it. Next! Bring her down. Crazy having 1.0 for the game. Madness. Something, I think I maxed out like 50 something behemoths. The build power is insane. It's madness. It's way too much. Having there are 3 versions of tier 3 build power. I don't even know, like, I think I could get to this same spot probably. And remember, the start was scrambling. But 8 queens is... Yeah, and it looks a lot better. So we played with 12 players, and they're testing out versions of tier 3 build power, which I think is important to have because otherwise, like, the sheer amount of construction turrets was definitely lagging the game. Like, literally having tens of like, I wouldn't be surprised if in some of the games there's 5,000 construction turrets. Like, oh no. We're upping the team. Every time we up the team size, I get a little more disappointed. I think 12 is the sweet spot. Hmm. 1.6 billion resources produced. Eco resources 1,502 million. It says on the stats after. So pretty good. How does one mod bar? It's a set of tweaks that... So if you go to any of these lobbies that look like this, specifically, you can go to presets, new, and then be like, nutty craziness, or you can just copy paste the title or whatever. So what happens when you load into one of these lobbies is, well, usually there is a link to the copy pasta, which brings you to a spreadsheet where you can customize it a bit. It's a bit ham-fisted. Obviously, this is not the most modern UI setup, but it's just essentially changing numbers in a spreadsheet. So it's easier explained on the Discord, the bar Discord. The developers coded the queens. So I think what happens, so the queens can only spawn on the creep, and they are attracted to the highest energy. So even though I had like 600k, in the other corner of the map, there were like 3 players with 600k. So because I had those long-range plasma cannons so far out, I knocked out a lot of the buildings, which generate the creep. I don't know if there's a technical term for it, but I'm going with creep for obvious reasons. But if they can't spawn that close to me, that reduces the chances they attack me as well, I think. That is what happened. I think that's part of why I end up not getting as much attention, is because I have so much like cleared out by that point. Yeah, with some exceptions, I've occasionally seen hatcheries spawn outside of the creep, but for the most part, they expand Zerg like. What difficulty? Nutty B. Which is Epic Plus, with a bunch of different modifications to make it more difficult. It takes the highest difficulty and puts it over the top. Nutty B sounds like a rapper name. How do you know it's not? It's a Raptor name, actually. Winter's always chilling in the corner. Those are the last to go. Except the other corners went before me. It was just everyone around me died. Is the Calamity not good? The long-range plasma cannons are good in multiplayer because of their range and their DPS. Well, because of their range, mostly. So in multiplayer, you hit their defenses, their fusions, their economy. The Raptors do not have vulnerable points. The long-range the super cannons have less efficient DPS than the other turrets. Like, they're still good for resistance reasons, but they drain your energy very quick. Like, if you have infinite, there's no reason not to have a few, but there's a reason the long-range plasma cannons are spammed. Just like nukes, where if a nuke hits a player base, it can be devastating. The fusions are gone, the production, the Raptors just grow again. Think you gotta remove. Okay. Wait, why can't I remove it? How many nukes would it take? Well, they do like 10,000 damage, and the queen has 2.25 million HP, and we're assuming she doesn't get resistant. So, several. Nukes actually have incredibly low DPS. It's just they hit a big area. Am I really gonna go for this? Sharing is caring. Sure, fuck it. We're gonna try... Which faction has the best artillery? You get access to all 3 factions by the end. But in this mode, currently the Armada... Armada long-range plasma cannon has the highest sheer DPS per space because it's smaller. I believe the Olympus has the highest overall per cannon, but the Cortex one has more range. So technically it could hit from further away, which could potentially give it more damage. But, so the Armada Commander, has a bonus, like a special bonus, that at higher levels, when you level up in this mode, you can spawn turrets. When you build turrets, you build them at max rank. So that increases the DPS of, but the commander can only build Armada stuff. So that limits it to the Basilica. But effectively, that makes the Armada Commander long-range plasma cannon the best DPS by a pretty large margin. The commander only needs to start the building. But yeah, that's how builders work. Imbar is... you need a builder to start the building that has the expertise. Whether it's tier 2 builders for metal extractors. Stuff like that. But anyone else who has build power, for the most part, can help build it once you know the blueprint, or whatever it is for it. Like, you don't have to have the commander finish the entire plasma cannon. You can just lay it down, and as long as it keeps building, it will count. So you'll see a lot of high-level players kind of manipulating that. Like, just tapping a metal extractor, building it with a bunch of other smaller units, and then moving on to move to the next one. So that way you maximize. Thank you. Oh yeah, this applies in all modes. All right. New design. No! Fuck. Okay. Well, like 50-50 just dies again, so. Thank you, Zanzibar. This is gonna be weird. We're gonna try a slightly different setup. Alright. That's the boom boom zone there.
So it begins.
Can we already move up? Somehow I always end up with neighbors. Like, I don't want to be a dick and be like, could you just please get the fuck away from me? But I can think it and then just say it on stream. Like, every single time. I wonder why, right? Right, there's so much space. When does the game start? Yeah, great question. Like 3 minutes. I always love all people asking, even they get in the game, it's on the screen. Like, Vortex. Wait, the early wind is actually. I didn't realize that those balance differences applied. Using just enough energy. Now attaching the drones. And then we reclaim these two. Get the converter set up. Convert down. Yeah, I think I can go for a fourth one. I think we're on point here. Yeah, this goes about as far as I need it to. Not yet. Wait your turn. Gonna get one of the energies. In order to smooth it. I don't want to be flipping between building energy and converters too often, because that is inefficient. So, one energy storage, which I probably will eventually need. And in case anybody happens to overflow, well, I can take advantage of that too. Do I have enough? Gonna get a 5th construction turret. The overflow is real. need the converters. In fact, there's so much overflow that I have to build more converters. Interesting. Finally. No, I'm kind of wasting. Almost fired a D gun through my converters accidentally. That would have been a rough start. Finish this up. We are not trust walling this. I do not like that position. Work with it. What happened here? No, 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 don't. You know what? I don't know why I'm bothering. He's going to die well before he has a chance to build any of those. Though to worry about D3 for a while. Jesus. I'm hurting for energy to actually build all these. Should still count as a wall.
It's about time.
Thank you, John. I have to move my drones back. They don't need to be up here. They're just gonna die. Do all the random anti-air. I don't know why I built that there. I meant to build it here. It's the exact opposite of the spot. Oh yeah. Bring this out for gathering purposes. Who doesn't have any shields? Well, that solves that problem, I guess. Gonna go to 9 Junos just in case. Can this game change the camera angle? Top down, kind of bad. By far the best for building, but you've got options. Fuck, I lost my thing. Technical term. I'm gonna need... It endlessly annoys me the Armada tier 3 stuff is on the second page. I don't even know why. Do they have more options for... Yeah, they have more options for like geothermal plants and stuff. Is why. I'm gonna focus on this. See what we can grab here. What is your purpose? I'm trying. Alright, we're gonna move construction bot out. As long as he accepts not building T3 ever, I will batten down the hatches. Well, I'm drawing all the aggro now. So crazy to have the FPS. Speaking of, let's make sure to have a shield back there as well. Ah, that pulls my leg! I don't think we can do more right now. Oh, is it the experimental gantry that has the decoys? Commander upgrades in 2 minutes. I think that's around when we schedule. Now we can schedule our first super fusion around that. I think that's the way to do it. Once the commander gets tier 3, I can build the super turrets as well. Hey. How much build power is that? So these are all 2100 apiece. Just getting a few of these. A right-click drag. Just in case. Okay, now we'll wait for the commander. To make the super turrets. There we are. Is that gonna be 1 minute? Assuming I have the metal, which... Big assumption. Start getting rid of these. They're less efficient. No touching. Definitely gotta kill the EMPs.
New units received.
Satellite for vision, and whoever said there was a bug that would clear up, you were right. The vision thing cleared up. After new game.
Your commander's taking terrible damage.
I don't believe you. I should have. Wait, why am I doing that? I'm gonna be doing T2. I said it first. Will this cover the base? It'll cover most of his. Do not overflow.
Overflowing metal.
I said
Generous.
do not do that. Do you listen? No, of course not. Get rid of these. This is pretty much just anti-nuke, so he doesn't die, which would leave a hole in my defense now. Which would not be great. See how many of these I can get.
Stealthy units.
He's got some as well. Definitely need some Legion. Just gonna get a couple. Shields up. We need the Legion. Miniguns.
Resubscription confirmed.
Thank you.
Automatically reload. Thanks.
A bit more over there.
Stealthy units in the area.
All right.
Stealthy units in your area.
What kind of... Alright. Disaster piece is he doing over there? He's gonna chain so hard. I assume that means 2 million energy per second. Bit of a yikes for me, dog.
Stealthy units in your area.
I don't need that many. Repeat. Fight command. Just always be useful. When you can. E alt. How many units are we at? 9,000 to slow down. It's not too bad. Alright, quota time. Was it though? We're just gonna try to grab 2 of these. I'm second on the board, so I gotta be a little careful. Steel guy overrun? Yeah, by his own turrets mostly. He just, he has like a certain, he actually has a min-maxed base mapped out to the exact dimensions, so he's intentionally not taking any more space. I take as much as I can, usually. I think we're gonna start needing some more dramatic defenses.
Stealthy units in your area.
Epic pulsars. Decent spot defense. More shields up here. Make sure we have enough space for behemoths to get out. And yeah. Start dragging back these. Liability. I'm not going for a certain ridiculously high score number. I'm going for the best possible base as soon as possible.
I'm in quota mode, but I wasn't actually pulled it in. Let's just set this up so we already have the lane. These guys apparently have 9,000 build power as well, so... So that's pretty cool. Where's my skyhook? We want to move the base builder again. What kind of build range they have? Let's see what they can do over here. Need to have that shield up. Am I even building anything else? Not very quickly. He's going for the summoning circle. Interesting. Okay, so if I wanted to build a wall with the... What's the easiest thing to do here? Gonna try to revise the designs. Let the decoys in. There's my... I'm gonna move these out of the way. I need the lanes free. I can't tell if they're helping or not. They have such a massive build radius. I think they are. Sorry, bro. I need to eat those. Shields. It's okay. I can live with that. Well, hopefully I can live with that. That's kind of the point. This isn't all gonna get done, but we're trying. More T3 converter. Not enough space. He's at 893k. You don't build 100 LRPCs in your base anymore? There's still 6 minutes. Alright. Well, thank you. Alright. 11K per second. He's at 1.13 million. He already's at 700K and maxed out on his base. I'm about to pass that, but I'm also kind of maxed. We're gonna attach some of the decoy commanders to the real-life commanders. This is gonna be a defensive wall. We're gonna go down to one set of behemoths for now. Only a few dozen at a time. I also like money.
Stealthy units.
We'll see if we can get there. We can also build some safety gantries over here. Mm-hmm. Where are my Legion cons?
Stealthy units in your area.
fill out the... Oh. Everything. Here we have. Yeah, quite a setup. I'm a little less involved. What's the last one? Gonna bring us at 900k or so.
Stealthy units in your area.
There it is. And off we go. At 0.57 sim speed. Not bad. Not horrible compared to what we've seen. Anything above 0.5 now feels like a good time. To be honest.
Stealthy units in your area.
Railguns are now on the second page of this lab. We'll start getting some... Yeah, the dragons are definitely the best. Where's my... What? What? That's why I couldn't build anymore. I never got a Cortex gantry. Oops. You fool. I missed out on some of the extras. Do the decoys actually work against the queen? Oh, I was hitting the hotkey for the decoys. That used to be the hotkey for the rat, which is the super tank. Just sending the dragons out. Get the bombers. Changing my hotkeys on me. As soon as I said, hey, it's pretty good. Well, guess what? Not as good. I'm trying to back off so I don't lose all these railguns, but... 0.37. Yikes. How much EMP? Ow. But now, so much new space for activities. How's this going? Ooh. How bad is that chain gonna be? He knocked one out. I like that look. Yeah, did he not build a single shield back there? What could go wrong? Got a good point on that one. But then he couldn't fit that one extra fusion. And got the 1.82 million energy. He literally ran out of space. Did you consider that? So. Well, here we go. This is gonna be the big one. How far is it gonna go is the question. There are two queens right there. Even if one goes down, like, the fusions are right there. How is it not dead yet? They just refuse, like, tantalizing. What? Something wrong. How did that go before? What? How does that go before the fusion? What is this? Oh. Well, and then the towers, and then the fusion is open. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. He's trying to rebuild. I'm still building units, by the way. I'm just checking to make sure I still have the energy being used. Even if she dies now, well. Well. What have we here? Yeah. That's what we have. That's a lot of damage. How many behemoths? 50. Epic dragons, 50. They're gonna come through this side, and eventually the space will be clear. They're all clear to the north. There are 5, 6 more coming this way. And we're ready to greet them. We're gonna stop building out of these ones up here. That's why we have... Get down here. Ah, shit. It's his construction turrets. I know, we're missing big explosions, but I needed to figure that out. Because so much of the time it's not the front. It's everything behind it.
It's been destroyed.
Oh my god. Bit of a help me! Sorry, sir, but I need to get the fuck out of the way. Alright. We currently have 100 basilicas, 53 behemoths. I have 100 bombers, tier 2, 60 epic dragons, 60 liches. How many? 40 Olympus, 20 rats. We're gonna move the epic dragons so they go first momentarily. Is Sol Invictus open? Epic Arquebus is. Because I want to bring in the rest of the air. But the Epic Dragons are by far the tankiest, so... If they go first, they'll have a much better shot. Concentrate firepower! Bring in more behemoths. Why won't you die? This is actually a little rough. Reconcentrate firepower. Where's my bombers? Reconcentrate firepower. that the last one? No, there's one like heading all the way across the map. Epic Stormbringers. I gotta make up for it. Would you move? Get a little closer. She's just barely out of range of my plasma cannons right now. I'd rather her stay at, like, use the behemoths to keep her in range. We'll back off slightly. Because she's the last one here too, so if she dies, we win. Well, there's one up there. They should be okay. In worst case, she comes back around, eh? She's coming into plasma cannon range. Alright, bring the air! Everyone! She's becoming resistant to the railguns. Alright, switch to Sol Invictus. Would you die? The railguns actually... Alright, reclaim the queen! Real strat. She won't die. Finally! Oh my god. Holy. Does her claiming do damage? Yes. That's how you kill things in your base in the early game, like in multiplayer too. You essentially just suck their health out, just like you do with regular units. Is it more damage than something more meaningful? I don't know, but feels like something. Is she not dead? She's at 55%. Yeah, this is not. This is a mistake. I will handle that mistake. Because that chain is a recipe for absolute disaster. Is that a nuke? I probably don't have any anti-nuke left anywhere. Like, I have anti-nuke at my base, but... Bring what bombers I have. I could have built multiple air pads. You really do. Like, usually you're limited by the amount of air pads. becoming resistant. Oh yeah, calamities. Those bombers getting taken down so quick. She's resistant to both blizzards and hailstorms. So, I mean, what are you gonna do? Got a pawn launcher? Okay, that's acceptable. Epic Targaneth. That's a new one. We did it. Damage received. I pride myself in that. Damage received 43 million. My behemoths eating so much. They have about 350k HP apiece. And I definitely lost more than a few of them. But yeah, 1/3 of all damage received. We won our... Yeah, so the behemoths have enough of a hitbox that the queens kind of get jostled. They will still walk past them, but the largest units... Unfortunately, your mother isn't in the game, so we have to adapt. Speed C4 for total energy? Well, probably because he died, and then I was playing for 5 more minutes, because somebody had to clean up the queens. He was playing the statistical max-out perfect build. I was... Let's build a bunch of behemoths in my teammate's base for when the people playing statistical max-out turtle build eventually die. Some of your mother jokes never get old. Unlike the hardware you're trying to play this game on. I feel so fancy adding in the bombers. All right, sprinkling in 100 bombers. So the queen has like the equivalent of like 50 flat cannons or something ridiculous on her back. It's more like 15. And they will wipe out most air, but you can't overwhelm it, obviously, so. Otherwise, she never would have been taking enough damage to get resistant. Yeah, I don't think I can. I don't think I can build a base with more energy without risking. Like at that point, it's becoming a liability. I was approaching 1 million. Like maybe I could sneak another 3, but 1 million energy, which translates since the converters are, what is it, 6,000 to 120. Whatever ratio that is. We'll just say you get 10 for every 6,000. So, or 100 for every 6,000, because we're gonna skim the rest off the top for building and weapons fire. So, 1 million divided by 6,000. I tried to do it in my head, but it didn't work out. Probably could have shaved a couple zeros off. So 100, that ain't right. Times 100. So 16,000. 666.67. Repeating, of course. Energy or metal per second from converters. Uh... 18 queens. I can't tell if I like having a player next to me who falls apart. Like, I complain, but then I like having all the extra metal if the Raptor's actually attacking me. There's that. It feels like if I have a competent player next to me, then I just sit there and play SimCity the whole game. Alright. Is it too hard on any other map? The multi-queen scaling, maybe. That's the real issue. Right, you can play Raptors, so this is the like brutal plus super duper hardcore ruthless uber mode. For real sweaty gamers. So here I am. Jacket off. Take that for what you will, but regular Raptors mode can be played on the majority of maps. Well, that's a bit much, sir. No. Okay. How does... Okay. No. No, you're not. No. No. Stop. All right. I'll work with that, I guess. No. Spawn up here for build. Okay. Because the build turret spawns with you, which you can move in the janky fashion. Yeah, this will be interesting. 18 queens, so we're upping it. We barely won last time. We removed 2 of the players who were at the very top before. Alright, so... Let's see how this one goes. Like, I'm pretty confident as long as they don't all simultaneously, I can take like 5 or 6 one after another. Probably 3 if 3 or more come for me simultaneously. Maybe 4. It really depends on if I get like the first or second one when the resistances are still low too. I'm tempted. So it's not efficient in metal per second. The super build turrets are... They cost more metal for less build power. They take up less space is their advantage. Especially in the later game. And they have more HP. But on, like, pound for pound, if you had infinite space, they would not be worth it. Attaching the drones. No idle workers, so. You could draw as much for the raid. Hopefully you had a good stream. Oh god, just flying back and forth. Gonna get a 5th build turret a little quicker. See if I regret it. Glad you enjoyed the videos. Thank you, Hunter. I enjoy as much. I do enjoy. I built this at an awkward time when I don't have the metal. Nobody overflowing from. Let's chill. We're just farming. Alright, metal, energy, salt. Not necessarily in that order. A lot of salt. Is this a real gamer? So this does work. The spaced out wall. Because technically the Raptors see anything like, and they don't like the picket fences are fine. They just look concerning. I will say. They look very concerning. I wouldn't do it. I think the price of security being a couple hundred more metal early is worth it. I don't want to risk it. I think it's because the gap between them is slightly smaller than the size they are. Like the smallest size you can build anything. Yeah, they don't like it when you do that. It's tower defense rules. Alright, well, we can figure it out from there. Thank you. Drag this back. You know, just in case. Gonna have the bookends. Send these guys home. Front as well. Looks like he'll get there in time. I criticized too early. This is definitely an interesting. The fast assault tanks. It's a new one. Oh shit. Wait, was that a Raptor? Or was that just... Feels like that was one of the other turrets there. That there's a one shot. Oh, well. There it is. I didn't really mean to drop it there, but here we are now. This is not very nice. See, the wall does work. It's just annoying. And inconsistent. Alright, that makes 3 for 3. With opening up some extra space on the side to start the game today. That's my most charitable way of putting it. Gonna make sure we have the anti-air before we need it. Oh shit. The banelings are coming. I think we're gonna want more Junos to deal with that. Make sure we have some radar just in case over here. Yeah, just in case we need the extra shields too. Oh, the EMPs. These are some real dangerous ones. They just essentially have an EMP radius attack. That works like the lightning attacks, I think, on the lightning turrets, except just with... Yeah, they just disable your defenses. And they're quite tanky. Commander doesn't upgrade for 5 more minutes, which is a bit problematic. I'm gonna drag this up a little higher. I've now got the timing. We just built the epic fusions with the commander upgrade, so that way the commander can shore up the defenses. Until then, we just go for the regular fusions. So much air. Shields. Definitely gonna overlap the Junos. Maybe a little further out. A right click. I'm just gonna make a preemptive construction turret wall. I have a feeling this is not gonna hold much longer. The stealth. It should be okay, but that's not exactly something I want to be saying. Right. In general, it's probably fine. They probably won't slip by and blow up my entire base. It's like 88%, 90%, 95% chance. I'm not exactly sure how the stealth raptors work though. They like juke away, but usually backwards, so. Like, yeah. Like there. I'm pretty sure if you have enough, like, physical wall. Let's get these finished out. I can't afford all this. Not yet. Got 1 minute, and now I want to bank a little. I'm getting all this set up. I'm gonna try to eat some of these. We're gonna have like a placeholder shield. And by bank a little, I mean be absolutely dead broke. Obviously. Like, that should have been clear. Where my Raptor? I'm hungry. Okay. I found him. I can now build these myself. So the Armada Commander, for those joining, can build turrets at max rank. Well, at the rank the commander is, goes up to like 4 ranks, which gives them significantly more DPS. Like, I think it's like between 25 and 75. That includes the plasma cannons later on, which is kind of a huge factor. On top of the fact that the commander's weapon gets stronger. So it's unique to Armada, that buff. Very helpful in the later game though. You can really feel the extra deeps. Let's see if we can sneak anti-nuke. Yeah, this covers. And that's why it's designed like that. Trying to get all this set. Get another couple of these.
Stealthy units in your area.
I'm gonna get the gantry. We're just gonna set that up there. Have a little bit more defense. Suddenly going so many directions. Gather as hard as I can. And I'm definitely gonna have to get the anti-nuke. Technically, the commander can also make upgraded flak, so. Gonna get the super builder. Has so much extra build power.
Overflowing metal. How generous.
Could you not? I think we killed it. I'm just gonna assist this with the super builder. We are gonna want some anti-nuka intentionally. Yeah. Get that set. This should be done in a moment. There it is. I mean, he's holding. He's got quite a... Ooh. Well, it hasn't gone perfect, but... but he is holding. So... I don't think I can afford... Well, we're gonna go into quota mode. Did I get the satellite? Our friend over here. It's having a bit of a bag storm, but... I want to get one constructor out of each of these. I want the Cortex for the super shield. Friendly commander destroyed. And then the Legion for the anti-air turrets to start. That is the main benefit. And then, obviously, they can build the long-range plasma cannons for each faction. So now we can get rid of this silly wall. And immediately start banking metal. I have these all hotkeyed in. He's having a bad time, isn't he? Well, looks like I'm the... Yeah, we're not doing that. Ignore that. In fact, welcome. You're now part of this construction project. This arm commander? Yeah. Get these out of the way. I'm trying. Pretty sure I can just build those out there. Here. Quota. Constructors. Quota. No, I wasn't quota. Mm-hmm. The problem is there's no wall there now. Couple basilicas to take out nearby buildings. I need help on this. A lot of air. I'm wasting a lot of potential energy, but the most important thing is locking it down right now. Is there any other obvious? I don't want to self-D the turrets. Wait, oh, those were just walls. They intentionally look identical to walls. So in multiplayer they can be effective. One of these is Cortex, yeah. Put it down. Pick up the base turret. Putting that out here. No, it's not the one.
Stealthy units in your area.
What could go wrong? every single time. Alright, I'm just collecting players who decide to spawn next to me.
Units received.
Who am I pressing now? Ta-da! Alright, what are we salvaging now? Alright, Epic Tyrannus. The best thing I could get for these. I can't be. This needs to go. This can stay in front while I build with everybody else. Where are the drones? What if I eat them? Will that still count? I'm going to reinforce the shields later, but for now. I'm trying. What the fuck?
Stealthy units. Overflowing metal. How generous. Stealthy units in your area.
Thank you, Jetson. Glad you still enjoy.
I gave you XC. I just don't want to do it. What? Yes. Okay. Now I can't hear anything, but I can speak, so I guess that's better. What an experience. I don't know if the lobby actually died and it crashed everything, but it seems kind of unclear. I think it's still going. Can I see myself in the game? Not exactly. Well, that is a bit disastrous. But, well, let me make sure I have those presets, though. It all went wrong. Yeah, we'll see. Something's probably off, but I don't even see myself in the game, so let's see, April. That's not a good sign. Neither spectator or otherwise. So clearly, we went around the horn on it. Noobs, noobs. All right, I'm not a noob. At least most would not consider it. And it's all that glitters. I'm not a big fan of the role-playing maps either. Barbs plus 60. That is the struggle with the game, is at some point, well, all right, I know, bit of a bitch move, but I did want to take some extra time with Gamers Forgiving coming up this weekend on Saturday and Sunday. Got to get out ahead of it. Got to cast some extra games for the YouTubes. So I think the universe / the internet tubes have given me a sign. So I'm going to look through what I got, and spoilers, by the way.
Confirmed.
There's going to be
Automatically relaying.
the
Thanks.
next Barcast will likely be a 4v4 tournament match. I think that'll be up tomorrow. Otherwise, of course, check out the YouTubes on both. And I should be back tomorrow night as well. And even though it was a one-off issue, we're just taking advantage of it. All right, getting ahead of things. But thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I hope I made your day at least a little bit better. And good luck, have fun. I'll see you next time. I'll see you soon. I'll see you tomorrow. Stay chill.